So this is, you can't really see it very well, but the Raspberry Pi #1, it's supposed to be the master, and then we got Raspberry Pi #2 and #3, and I'm downloading Raspbian Wheezy. This is the image from the primary Raspberry Pi. As you can see, 6 minutes, halfway done. I've got them all plugged into the same router, all of them on the same USB strip here. It's a little 7 USB hub right here. I can't really see it very well. I'll probably remake these couple videos with better lighting. That way everybody can kind of see what it is. But anyway, no success with the original Occidental from Adafruit. The XMB interface is pretty limited. I was trying to get a web browser so I could watch online movies and Flash and stuff like that, but I couldn't find a browser for the XMB, so I'm now got 3 other SD cards for the 3 different Raspberry Pis, and I've got the OpenELEC XMB on my other SD card for the primary Raspberry Pi. The utility I'm using now is Berry Boot, and that's basically just directly extracting a zip file onto the SD drive and having it plugged into the internet, and once it loads up and it's connected to the internet, it will ask you to select which operating system that you want to use, and it has several different ones to choose from. I just chose the Raspbian Wheezy because I'm going to try to use the I think PCI or one of the utilities that allows me to link my computer processors together, using the instructions by the university and also some of the videos on YouTube. So I'm going to try to make videos of my own detailing my experience as a new Linux user, new Raspberry Pi user and owner, and once I figure out how to get these guys working together to hopefully make a little bit faster processing speed and load times, and hopefully the primary Raspberry Pi will be able to function a little faster as more of a proper computer. So hopefully once I get done, I'll be able to swap out the SD card operating systems and still be able to utilize the cluster function while I watch movies and stream videos off the internet, and potentially have a web server. So that's ideally what I want to do, is have a web server and possibly maybe an email server or message server, video something, I don't know. Supposedly there's a lot of options. So here it is, about a minute, and basically I did all the Raspberry Pis in a cascading manner. I did the primary first, and initially I powered all of them on But when I went to plug the HDMI cable into the other ones, I got no video. So I had to power those down simply by unplugging the USB out of here and basically removed the USB wireless thing that I have for my keyboard and the HDMI plug, plugged it into the second one, turned it on, I got a screen, made my selections, then I unplugged it, plugged in the third one, and powered it on, made my selections, and then switched back to the second one and selected the operating system for that. And then I took out the HDMI cable and put it in the third one, and also made the selection for the operating system. And now the primary one's finishing downloading the operating system, and it should boot up shortly. The secondary and the third one are also going to be finished loading here soon. So I know the video quality sucks. It's dark. I'll work on getting a better light, but there we are. As you can clearly see, the Berry Boot menu editor, Debian Wheezy Raspbian 2012. So get the mouse here, and I just double clicked. It's asking me the memory split. It says dynamic memory split active. So if it's 128, 192, I don't know which one of those I should select. I was thinking maybe to get the GPU a little faster, but it's supposed to be a 512, and I figure it'd be 256 for each one. But what's it saying? It's got 128 megs, 64-bit, 32-bit, 16-bit. I'll just make them equal. So I guess on Berry Boot, make default. Exit. Click the exit button. And now it's restarting. It's clearly not properly sized. It's got a little countdown there. Go ahead and boot. See the screen. It's cut off. I don't know why the screen's cut off like that, but and now I'm unplugging this primary, plugging in the secondary, and plugging in the USB. And this is the screen for the second one. Whoops, I got the USB plugged into the number 3 here. And I almost took out my Raspberry Pi primary, almost threw it off the thing. So I'm basically doing the same thing. On the second one, exit, I made it my default. Chose the same settings, the 128 megabyte. And it's also cutting off the corner. And there we go. And unplugging that, plugging in the third Raspberry Pi. Oh, and it's still downloading on that one. It's saying that it's saying it needs 2 hours and 14 minutes. So I don't know if that's because I have this really crappy old LAN cable, but well, I guess that would have to be the only reason, right? Because and now I'm plugged back into the second Raspberry Pi here, and it's still doing stuff. So here we are at the initial thing here. Keyboard layout. I already did that in the initial menu, but I selected it. I'm waiting. Here we go. So it says I'm at 105 key Intel PC. So I'm just going to say escape. It says there was an error. I guess I could try it again and hit the enter button. See if it kicks me back, because I don't want to have any errors loading this stuff up, and I'd hate for any new people to have errors. So here we go. Generic 5 key, 105 key, boom. Hit the enter button. Keyboard layout, English, US. Bingo. Alt GR. The default for the keyboard layout. Boom. Compose key. No compose key. Control Alt Delete. Yes. Control Alt Backspace. And I'm waiting. It's doing stuff. So it says something. It might take a while. And here we go. Now we're change the password. Hit enter. And I'm waiting. There should be something popped up in this corner. I probably won't be able to see it because apparently the screen's cut off. So I don't know. Don't know how that happened. It might have been when I initialized the Berry boot. It asked me if I could see green bars, and I clicked yes because I could see very small green lines at the top, but apparently those did not constitute as bars, so part of my screen is cut off. So hopefully I will be able to resize it. So hitting OK again, and now it says your new password. So I'm going to go ahead and type in a password, and it said there was an error. So what must have happened, hit OK, and that was the first line, and that's the second line, and Password changed successfully. So now I think most of the information that uses for locale and time zone that it reads off of the server, off of Berry Boot. So we're seeing what our locale is. We're going to scroll all the way down to English. Well, I guess English US. So we've got English Great Britain. We'll hit the space bar and unselect that. And then go down to English US UTF-8. Hit the enter button. Come down here, select English UTF-8, hit the enter button, and it will load. It will process. It says generating locales. This might take a while. So now I'm going to switch back to the primary Raspberry Pi. Whoop, I guess it didn't have any time to do that. Back at the menu here, you're going to go down to the time zone. It says cannot set, no such file. So we're in America. Okay. America. So I'm not going to show you where I live at, but it's in America. It's in the US. So now we're back at the other screen, set time zone. And it says some stuff down here. Again, time zone, America. And it apparently still saved the settings. So enable SSH server, enable, because I need that if I'm going to be running boot behavior, straight to desktop, no. So now we finish. Would you like to reboot now? Yes, I would like to reboot now. But I'm not rebooting. The computer is rebooting. Now, Raspberry Pi. I'll talk to you later. So, when this thing reboots, I'm going to plug in the primary Raspberry Pi again. And now we'll restart. And basically I'm following the instructions for making this Raspberry Pi cluster from the main website. So it says mounting data. So I'm going to go to the edit menu. Console. Well, I wasn't able to change the screen configuration in that last screen. So booting to Debian Wheezy Raspbian 2012-12. This is May, Cinco de Mayo. I guess it says it's May 6th. UTC, so that's, universal time code. So certainly whoever's watching this video, if anybody watches this video, hopefully they'll be assisted in the process and how long it takes to set this stuff up and Hopefully they have either a easier time or they're able to benefit from this video in some way. I'm a amateur video journalist, amateur computer technician, amateur hacker, pretty much just a general amateur. So here we are at Raspberry Pi login. So I'm going to type in my password. So I guess the login is Pi and the password is whatever you picked. So now we're logged in as Raspberry Pi and we're going to start X. So now we're hopefully going to get an interface with a desktop and a web browser and hopefully a HTML5 web browser so I can watch some videos and stuff. So right now I'm going to plug in the Raspberry Pi numero uno and and back to this screen for the second one. So we're set keyboard layout. Waiting. It should pop up any second now. Generic 105 key, enter. English, enter. Default, no compose key, yes. Because for some reason I think I might need to use Control-Alt backspace. But I might not, who knows. So if you don't need it, maybe you don't select yes. Again, screen's cut off still. This may take a while, but it won't take too long. So here we go. Change password. Okay. Again, I can't see anything, but from the previous experience, I know that there's a line there. So I entered my password, hit enter, entered it again, and hit enter, and password changed successfully. So set locale. I'm in America again. Whoever else is watching this video might not be. So select the location that is suitable for you. And again, we're going to go down here to English, and this one's already selected, English GB UTF-8, so we'll hit the space bar, and then we go down to US UTF-8 and hit the space bar and hit the enter button, and we're back at this screen. English UTF-8, hit the enter button, and now it's still saying might take a while. So if you're loading up with the Raspberry Berry Booter, make sure you can see the green bars in their entirety. So time zone, it says no file exists. America, scrolling down, finding my thing, hitting enter, and now we're back up to here. SSH, enable, server enabled, start desktop, No. Hit finish. Would you like to reboot? Yes. It will reboot now. So it says a bunch of stuff. I don't understand what it says. But certainly if I was using Linux more than these past couple days, I would know what those were and I'd be familiar with it. So it's saying mounting, and it's got a little countdown. We're going to hit the enter button. It's configuring, booting, and I'm pretty sure the third Raspberry Pi is still downloading. So I would recommend, if you're going to be making a cluster, get the same speed network cables. It says Pi 1, Pi 2, Pi 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, number 1. So here we are, 26 minutes into it. I'm probably gonna shut the video off and resume it at a later time, but basically you get the idea of how long it takes to set up multiple Raspberry Pi units using Berry Booter on all three, installing Raspbian wheezy, and here we are again. Raspberry Pi login is Pi, and then the password is what I made it, and if I can type it in the right way, maybe it'll let me log in. So here we go. Raspberry Pi, start X, start X, and now Raspberry Pi 2 is online. So, as you can see, your basic configurations, you got the Wi-Fi configure, Scratch, Python, PyStore, Midori, LX terminal, Debian reference, and stuff down there that I can't see, so hopefully I'll be able to here we go. Monitor settings. Unable to get monitor information. How does that happen? Oh crap. I'll figure this out and get back to you.